By the way, after this, does that mean, based on the fact that like you had to originally go to like fucking, like in theory, when you joined Fnatic, it was like that thing where obviously they had themselves, Nico the Pico was the coach initially, and this is where they got Caps and Broxer, but at the same time, like you were there as well, and it was like, wasn't it even presented like you're going to see you as like the proper starter for the team, and the other guy will be in the academy team or something? Does this mean your stock had dropped at the time? Like were people out on you after that OG split or something? Why weren't you just like a firm starter or in like a top team? So what went on in this period?
I was a firm starter on Fnatic.
You started as you were the proper starter at the beginning.
From the very get-go, and there was no discussion about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have joined. I had another NA offer. I could have gone to NA, which would have actually made sense at the time because I did have a long-distance girlfriend, which was like first time in my career where I actually had like a longer period of like relationship where I actually felt like that was going to go somewhere potentially. And that was like the only time where I really considered going back to NA. I really did. And from hearing about it back then, there was also like some rumors about like a potential super team coming into NA, and I had NA residency. So
what team would you have been on?
I mean, if I wanted to join NA, it would have been on Immortals, like before Xmithy came to them.
Right.
So basically the same team, but instead of Xmithy, it would have been me. And we had discussions about it. But as soon as I heard Fnatic offer, I was like, I'm going to go for the Fnatic offer. I know Nico the Pico. I'm kind of aware of Reckless. I really like him as a player. I think he's good. I think he's great as a player. I know I was going to have a place with Soas because Soas was going to come with me. And yeah, that was going to be it. And there was no discussion about me being potentially a bench player or whatever, or ever getting replaced. Otherwise, I would have never joined. Like, I take too much pride in that. And to be fair, at the beginning of the year, I was told that I should help Broxer grow, which I did. Like, every time he asked me a question, I interacted with him truthfully and told him, hey, this is what's happening. And he told me too, right? At the beginning of the video, he's like, I can play against any jungler, but when I play against you, it's like, I don't know. You always know where I am. You always know what I'm doing. I can't get a playoff, right? So we had this mutual interaction. I really enjoyed interacting with Broxer, and I did so out of a sense of duty and because I enjoyed talking to him, right? So when we had these interactions, it was actually pretty positive. But to me, and that's obviously what I found later, everything that I did, like, this is the mental part about it. Like, the stock as a player was like, I would say, like, Wunder now, I think that was kind of my stock at the time. Like, Wunder, right. I think that's like a good comparison. Like, still regarded as a pretty decent player, but not like as the greatest, you know, like not as the greatest in the role, you know? So, and I thought, man, I'm just going to help this guy grow. I'm going to help Caps go because I was called to be there, to be a shot caller, to be a leader, because that's what I did in Origin, and Nico the Pico was working with me in Origin before he got the boot, right? And then everything I did was used against me, and I was sick as a dog at the time, which is like something I've been public about to a certain extent, but people don't know this, how bad it was. When I came back from my vacation not vacation, actually boot camped in North America for a bit. For like a month, I played solo queue there, and then I came back to Germany. And when I came back from that stay, I was sick like a dog. And to this day, I don't know. I know what happened in the end, but I don't know what led to it. I don't know if it was burnout, other things, but within a short time period, I had a hip contusion plus a head, I won't say head injury, but I literally just fell on my head and like a pretty bad bump, whatever it is. But that's not really that important. My hip was completely blue because I fell on a wooden floor at home. I slipped on it. Then I got to NA and I get a bad sinus infection, and then I get an SVT, which is a supraventricular tachycardia, which is like a kind of like heart episode where I literally I was like, am I gonna die? Because I really thought I was gonna die there. Like, as dumb as it sounds, and this is not overdoing it. I really thought at the time, I was like, man, is this it? You know, like, and my heart was like at 180 beats for night. I had to be, I was in a hospital in North America. Like, had to pay a nice grand for that, and I come back from that, and I couldn't sleep more than 2 hours, and I was completely sick for basically the rest of the year. And as it turns out, while I was doing all the things with Fnatic, I was really trying hard for them. My thyroid burned out, and I like literally had a fucking autoimmune issue, right? That was actually leading to me having all these bad immune reactions or not being able to overcome certain problems fast enough, whatever it is. So whatever virus or whatever issue I had at the time didn't like literally linger throughout the year, right? So I came back and I tried everything with them, and I did so in my honest, truthful way. And everything I did in Fnatic was used against me. I tried to help Broxah, it's used against me. I tried to help Caps like become a more stable player because he was kind of I don't say he was raw, but he was also too wild because he played until like 5 a.m. in the morning, then like was falling asleep in scrims, like that kind of stuff. So that kind of wild thing is this like, and I'm being as truthful as I can be, right?
Sure.
And everything I did was used against me. Like
do you get the vibe that like they sort of maybe always planned to do this, and you were really there not just to help Broxah but to be replaced by him? Did you have that vibe?
Yes, I had it in the end. And if they told me from the very get-go, man, if you join our team, we'd probably want you to be in tandem with Broxah, I would have been like, I'll think about it, but I will likely not join. I will take a different offer, right? But that was never the case, right? And the same setup was actually done for Soas, and people don't know this either. But Bwipo was scouted very early on, and behind the scenes, the management plus coaching staff kind of decided already that me and Soas were only short-term stays.
Yes.
And to me, that's insane, disingenuous fucking handling of the situation. I don't blame Karn, because Karn, I still do believe that he was just handling it in its best interest, and I've never had a bad interaction with Karn. But I took it so badly from Nico the Pico, and I took it so badly from Coops, who later on obviously had like more memes coming around from him, so then people knew he was in the scene. That I literally did not know what was going on at the time. I felt like I'm already sick like a dog. I'm having relationship issues. I'm having health issues. Then this team fucking things comes around, and I'm being told that I'm somehow the root cause of all evil. I'm the bad guy in this situation, what it is, and I just do the exact same thing I did in Origin. I do the same thing that I did in Origin before that, in TSM before that. Argue the same way, interact the same way. Nothing changes about me. But suddenly, like, I'm the bad guy about what I'm doing, and it just didn't make sense to me. So it seemed to me that, like, the setup was there. I was supposed to be replaced, and it became quite clear when our team was not properly coached anymore, and the secondary team was being brought up very heavily. Very, very heavily. Very, very heavily. There was actually a potential for basically everyone to be replaced besides Reckless and Caps. Like, even Jessus was potentially gone. Like, Jessus was potentially gone. I was potentially gone. Source was potentially gone. Like, they wanted everyone to be on that team. Like, literally, bring up Kickers, bring up Broxah, bring up... Even if Caps would have not worked, Niski would have been brought up too. So, everyone besides Reckless was interchangeable. So, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you... Like, to this day, it really bothers me, because when I take authority over a situation, right? Which is why, like, what I've done throughout my life, I always take responsibility. I always say, okay, this is on me. If this fails, this strategy fails, this is on me. You can blame me all you want. It's okay. Like, I'll take that. But the coaching staff whom I've worked with in the past suddenly doing things in terms of an authoritarian manner, but not taking any responsibility for the well-being of the players, for the happiness of the players, even for the wrong strategies that it brought up, is mind-boggling to me. It really bothers me to this day. I have no answer to that.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.